Holy shit, has it been an incredible year for Nintendo, you know, what with the Switch and all. Many complained that its launch lineup wasn't so great, as if people were going to play anything other than The Legend of Zelda. You know, fun fact, Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wing 64 were the only two games sold for the N64 on launch day. You know, so Nintendo's 18 or so launch titles for the Switch wasn't so bad. Anyways, so in this video, I'm going over my favorite games for the Switch released thus far. Here are my top 7 games for the Nintendo Switch. Number 7. Believe it or not, I chose Snipper Clips over Breath of the Wild as the first game to play for the Nintendo Switch. Tori and I spent hours snipping and clipping each other into various shapes to reach the end of many creative levels. Most levels are pretty easy to figure out, yet some were tricky enough to keep us engaged. We absolutely adored the arts and crafts aesthetic of the game, but were a little disappointed to discover how short it was. You know, that is, until its DLC was released. Snipper Clips Plus added so much to the original game that it seemed like a sequel rather than just DLC. If you haven't picked up your copy of Snipper Clips Plus, now available as a physical release in addition to its original eShop exclusive, what the hell are you waiting for? It's the most adorable and affordable game on this list. It'll also put your friendships to the test. You've been warned. Number 6. I understand that this game is not a Nintendo exclusive, but I couldn't help but include it on this list. Puyo Puyo Tetris' pop-up art style and easy-to-understand gameplay makes it very difficult to put down. Once I had my fill with one of the game's enjoyable modes, I just switched to another one. Though Tori is not as good at playing Tetris as I am, we did have a ton of fun playing its multiplayer mode. And don't even get me started on the game's story mode. I have yet to finish it, you know, with the problem of having so many Switch games, but I promise you the game's diverse roster of characters makes for an entertaining single-player mode that does not disappoint. If you're hesitant on spending the current $29.99 for the game, the eShop offers a free demo. I played that for a few hours before I cracked and decided to go to GameStop and buy the physical version of Puyo Puyo Tetris. It came with a cool keychain. And come on, who doesn't love Tetris? Number 5. Yes, I will admit I had my doubts about ARMS when I first saw it debut in January's Nintendo Direct, but I've enjoyed it ever since the Global Test Punch was available. Nintendo took the concept of a generic fighting game and turned it into a one-of-a-kind boxing experience. Depending on what you consider a game mode, ARMS has almost 10 or so different ways to play. You can also choose to play with a thumbs-up grip, which is just the Joy-Cons, for a more realistic fighting experience, or you can just dock your Switch for a more relaxed session of battling. You cannot approach ARMS with the mindset of it being like any other fighter. You have to adjust not only to the player opposite you, but the character they're fighting with, and then that character's specific arms. Shit gets intense real quick when playing this game. Since launch, Nintendo has added so many new things to the game, including 5 new characters. If you get the chance to pick this game up, just remember, be patient and have fun because you'll get better and better with each round you play. Number 4. Mario Kart. Perhaps the best of the Mario franchises. I know it's my favorite, and the Switch's deluxe version of the Wii U's Mario Kart 8 trumps all. Not only does the game come with all the original characters and courses that the Wii U version had, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe comes included with both DLC packs and many new characters. I mean, come on, they finally gave us Bowser Jr. Plus, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has the best battle mode of Mario Kart to date, with 5 different modes to choose from. This iteration of the game even added a brand new bumpers feature that prevents players from falling off. It's great for beginners. You can play this game anywhere and with anyone. If someone says no, you should definitely walk away and be thankful you saved yourself from a toxic relationship. Want to have an even crazier time? Stick your Joy-Cons into some racing wheels and turn that baby up to 200cc. I cannot stress this enough. If you haven't already, go pick yourself up a copy of the best Mario Kart game yet. Hopefully it'll hold you over until Mario Kart 9 comes out. Fingers crossed. Number 3. My god, is this game excellent. Out of all the 20-something games I have for the Switch, Breath of the Wild has consumed most of my time, 170 plus hours to be more exact, and this is coming from someone who has only played one Zelda game prior, and not to mention the one game that I stopped playing because I didn't like it. I won't name names because I want to hold on to the small fan base that I currently have. I will admit I was hesitant to begin playing the new Zelda game for that very reason, but once I started, I couldn't stop. I immediately fell in love with the art style of the game and its many sounds and characters. God, I love that Nintendo polish. The story was very easy to follow, and its non-linear playstyle allowed for me to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. Rarely did I feel obligated or constrained when playing Breath of the Wild, although the completionist in me did make myself beat all 120 shrines before going to Ganon. My only complaint about Breath of the Wild was its lack of post-game. I mean, there wasn't. Defeat Ganon will forever be on my to-do list, when in reality I've defeated him. Twice. I was bored. If it weren't for that small issue, this game probably would have made it up higher on my list. Anyways, Breath of the Wild is by far Nintendo's biggest game of the year, and with their 2 huge already released DLC packs for it, it won't disappoint any Nintendo Switch owner. Number 2. The original Splatoon game for the Wii U is awesome. Squids and paint? What a fresh idea from Nintendo. When Splatoon 2 was announced for the Switch, I knew it was a for sure buy for me. I was worried though on how little they would change or add to make it feel truly like a sequel. But boy, let me tell you, I was never more wrong. I've been playing Splatoon 2 for months and I feel like I've barely cracked the surface of its expansive single-player modes. I mainly find myself in turf battles, battling out with 7 other strangers. The lack of the game's couch multiplayer, I would have said local multiplayer, but I'm not quite sure that's the correct term, is still a setback for me. But one of my friends just got a Switch in this game for Christmas, and let me tell you, the battling is even better with a friend. See? Besides the Champions Ballad DLC pack, I've pretty much beaten Breath of the Wild and see little reason to come back to it. Some may disagree saying I can do the hard mode and stuff like that, but that's besides the point I'm trying to make. Nintendo is constantly adding new stuff to Splatoon 2, and their monthly Splatfest keep me hooked to the game even more than I already am. If I haven't convinced you already, go to your local GameStop or wherever you can get your hands on the game's demo at least. Hopefully that'll convince you. Numero uno. I'm a normal person. I see a Mario game, I play it. This game is a masterpiece. Super Mario Odyssey has taken everything Nintendo fans loved about the Super Mario franchise and gave it to us in a game that took hours of our lives away. In the best way possible. Super Mario Odyssey has been out for barely 2 months and I've already put well over 70 hours into the game. Is that a lot? I mean, it feels like a lot. The controls are very easy to adapt to, even the motion controls that Nintendo insists on throwing into 90% of its games now. The plot of Super Mario Odyssey is probably the most convincing and clever to date. If I wanted to, I could have flown through the game's many kingdoms and beaten Bowser in less than a few days with ease, but there was just so much to explore in the game. The capturing mechanic is creative and funny as hell, and I love getting to see Mario become practically anything. His never-ending closet of costumes finally gave us a good enough reason for us to collect coins, and the game's lack of one-up mushrooms actually turned out to be a smart move on Nintendo's part. I think my only complaint about the game was its reward for 100%ing it, but even that wasn't all that bad. Everything about this game is super charming, and whether you're a casual gamer, an intense player, or a collect-em-aller, if that's a thing, Super Mario Odyssey is a must-have for your video game collection. Honorable mentions. 1-2 Switch is the Nintendo Land of the Nintendo Switch. It didn't quite reach Wii Sports status, but it definitely showcased the Joy-Cons and what they could do, from moving balls back and forth and shooting your friends, to coaxing a baby to sleep and shaving. 1-2 Switch will turn any boring evening with your friends into a party consisting of only 2 people having fun while everyone else awkwardly watches. Still kinda pissed that this wasn't included with every Nintendo Switch console, but what can you do? Death Squared is an eShop exclusive that adds a frustrating twist to puzzle solving. The game promises that you will die from the get-go, and trust me, you will. There's even a lovely death counter that reminds you of how badly you keep fucking up. Death Squared is the Nintendo replacement of your cup of coffee with your Sudoku puzzle in the morning. The dialogue is humorous and the game itself is pretty easy to understand. I just wish there was a damn hint option. Oh, and shout out to Ball Boy for taking the gold for being the weirdest game I've ever had the pleasure of playing. Pleasure might be the wrong word. Now I know that I may have missed some heavy hitters, such as Mario plus Rabbids, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Xenoblade Chronicles. But to be honest, I haven't played those yet, so I wasn't about to include them in a list of my personal favorite Switch games. Alright guys, you know the drill. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, because if I'm still alive for another year, you're gonna see one of these again in 2018. Yeah. Okay, bye!